So what is a novelty game? A novelty game is not including big casual games with more depth like Stardew Valley or silly games like Goat Simulator. Instead, it's more like small games that focus on a basic concept. It's pretty much something a little more expanded upon, or similar to a free browser flash game. For the purpose of this video, they also hold some sort of meaning to me, or meaning to other people, I don't know. Right now they're not really that common anymore. That's, I think, mostly in part because of Let's Plays are less common on YouTube, because of Twitch being a better platform for that. Especially like popularization of mobile phones, making games for them are a lot better to become more successful rather than putting them on PC. It's also some reason for a flash game to instead become a profitable ad-filled mobile game rather than like a browser one. Or, do both. On top of that, these humble indie game bundles or jumbo bundles, full these type of games don't really get created anymore, which is kind of sad. I really like them. However, full-fledged indie games are a lot more common now and a more viable way to produce big games and make profit, so developers might be more tempted to make really big ones because of that. It's not like they're completely gone. A lot of these types of games can be found on sites like itch.io, which is a specific platform for niche game experiences. You can support passionate developers. I'll talk a little bit more about it later. Now I'm going to be showing a couple of games that are my favorite and describe why they're novel and why I chose them. Most of them that I'll be showing are from the Humble Indie Bundles and Nerdcube's FW series. A couple also came from the Steam Discovery queue, as if people use that. Pretty much Nerdcube and other creators like Italics were aware I was handed a silver platter of diamond in the rough games. These were my main sources, so I'll be showing a lot from them pretty much. That also means that a couple, or actually most, of these games are quite a couple years old, but that's okay. Of the selection of the games I've chosen from my Steam library, I want to show off the uniqueness of each one and what they have to offer. And just on top of that, they're also a decent chunk of my childhood since money was also really tight and these types of games are just really cheap and fun. First up, my first pretty much ever game I ever bought on Steam, Eufloria HD. I never really got the hang of this game or even played it that much, if at all. It's a very simple strategy game where you send seedlings to various asteroids in order to capture them as yours, and then the goal is to take over the entire map. Honestly, I'm only including this game because it's the first game I've ever gotten on Steam. But hey, it was at least the first seed planted of me getting interested in novelty games. Because I didn't really have much fun playing that. It's kind of weird because I still have nostalgia for it, and pretty much my mom just found it and bought it for me. Super Crate Box. Pretty much I was exposed to it from Nerdcube and other content creators, but pretty much just Nerdcube. It has a similar structure to mobile games, with trying to survive for the longest time possible, along with it being the combination of both fun and addicting, yet hard and satisfying. Instead of the objective of being to kill enemies, you instead need to collect crates, and enemies are sort of the obstacle that are getting in your way. Collecting crates changes your weapons, which changes up how you have to deal with those enemies that are obstacles. On top of that, collecting enough total crates unlocks different weapons and different skins for your little dude. It had a lot of potential for a bunch of other content and features, which is kind of fun for me to idea craft with when I was little. Set up the groundwork for me wanting more of these types of games, and it's a free game, so perfect. Cosmic DJ. This was just a fun random game I found on Steam, and I'm not entirely sure how. It might have been the Steam queue, but I don't remember. Pretty much it's this game where you just create weird random music pieces, and it's kind of really fun to mess around with. It has this weird surreal imagery going on in the background that kind of go with the beat. It's really simple to use. You just randomly put whatever note wherever and still get a pretty decent, good song. It's pretty worth it for just the price of $3, although it doesn't have that much replayability. But after you complete 4 sections of a level, all your curated music gets remixed and turned into a short song you can actually export. I personally would think it'd be almost a perfect game if you could actually customize how the game remixed the songs, but sadly you can't. Now, I would love to let you listen to a couple of these songs from Cosmic DJ and what stuff you can actually create, but I think I know a better way than just letting you guys listen to it. Audiosurf. It's a really simple game that just builds its levels from any music you choose. I think I stumbled upon it, some YouTuber playing it, but I don't remember who. Maybe Nerdcube, probably, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those programs that turn your music into visual experiences, except Audiosurf turns your music into an interactable game. It has a combination of both rhythm action and strategy. You pretty much collect different colored blocks on different lanes to score points by matching up the same colored bricks to create combos. Because of its simple premise, there's a lot of flexibility for other modes that make it a lot more challenging. Different characters do different things, making it harder or easier for you. It's really just fun to hear your songs and just play them as a game. And because of that choice of different modes and characters, you get to choose whether to have your music experience be relaxing or stressful. Nimble Quest. Pretty much is just the classic old age game of the year, Snake, made into an RPG. It's also kind of a roguelike, I guess you can call it that, since if you die you have to restart all your progress, and after your run ends you can upgrade yourself to help get even further. You pretty much create chains of heroes that each have unique attack styles in order to kill enemies to progress. More heroes are unlocked through completing different levels. It's super annoying when you die. No matter what you have, you always have the chance to die instantly, like most roguelites. Pretty much if you just go and touch an enemy, you die. Pretty much just a mobile game. It can get stale real fast, but I really like what it's doing and I like the ideas it has, so I wanted to include it, and it's kind of like the first game that popped into my head when I thought of Novelty. I thought Nerdcube actually did a video of this, but that was actually the wrong quest. I actually found this game from Total Biscuit. Rest in peace. Oops. One Finger Death Punch. It's another game that comes from Nerdcube's FW series. In fact, actually, you know what? Let me just save time and preface that I got all these next few games from Nerdcube's FW or 101 series. So back to the actual game. Honestly, it's probably the most fun you can get from just using a mouse. Yeah, it's super stressful, action filled, oh my god, what is happening? Its graphics are pretty outdated, you know, look at that map, but it kind of just so bursts with that wow factor. Doing well makes everything go even faster, making it even harder. I mean, I'm just doing one of the early levels and I'm already failing. Oh! It's extremely addicting. I've gone back to it a couple times after playing it for the first time for this video. It follows the trend all these games have of having simple themes, yet do very well to expand upon it. Pretty much, you click the mouse buttons corresponding to whichever person you gotta kill. But oh wait, now there's different weapons. And oh wait, now there's different enemy types that change how you fight them. And oh wait, now there's skills you can unlock to help you. And oh wait, there's numerous game modes that change up everything. It's a big bang for your bucks. Loftrausers. Wunderbar. It's another really fun action game. Whoa! Pretty much you get thrown into an aerial warfare and you just gotta try and survive as long as possible. You're given a challenge to complete that increase experience and level you up, unlocking new parts that change up the game and just have their own challenges that coincide with them as well. Each combination of parts have their own play name, which I thought was pretty cool. It's addictive and fast paced like most other of these types of games. There's a whole bunch of different types of enemies. It's really hard. Next. Downwell. It's a really fun action roguelike game. It's also super stressful and I keep getting hurt. Your jumps are an attack which different enemies either be killed through either your bullets or from stomping on them. You can find different types of weapons throughout the levels. Through getting gems, you can unlock new playstyles and color schemes. These gems can also be used to buy health or energy in the stores to increase how long you can shoot bullets, but they have to recharge by touching the ground. After each level, you get to choose an upgrade that will improve your chances of surviving. Sadly, none of them help me with the stupid water level and the stupid limit about breath. There's not really anything new about a game like this being addictive. I mean, I'm pretty much just repeating the same thing over and over again. Now, I usually don't like retro styles like this game has. For example, Shovel Knight, I just really dislike its art style and sound design. With Downwell, I don't know. I feel like its gameplay and customization make it really appealing to me. Chuck's Challenge 3D. You know, I feel like it's been getting a bit too stressful with all these action games, so I thought, why not take a break with a relaxing puzzle game? I may as well just take a break for the whole video. It has a really good soundtrack and relaxing atmosphere, which is really nice when it comes to the more complicated levels, as it takes you back into bliss. So pretty much one of my middle school teachers liked the original Chuck's Challenge, and so when Nerdcube talked about this 3D one, I was like, okay, why not get it? That's like child logic for you. It's not anything too special in terms of a puzzle game. You have moving blocks, switches, doors, power-ups to get through hazards, a level editor, all the basic puzzle stuff that doesn't really seem unique, except for hats. But, you know, despite that, I just really like its charm and presentation, and all just seems like so quaint. I don't know, that's why I included it. Mini Metro. It is another relaxing until it becomes stressful game. It has a very simplistic art style and a very cozy feel to it. Music and rhythm corresponds with the passengers coming and going, giving it this sort of flow, slowly zooming the map out, adding new stations. Well, after a week goes by, you can get some tools to help you keep going, like new lines, new trains, carriages, different types of trains, etc. As relaxing as it is, it offers even more relaxing mode to help you achieve Zen. And it's just really easy to get lost in the game because of that. Finally, out of that segment of games from NerdCube, here's something a little more different than the rest. Haunt the House Terror Town. It is a very cute game that, although it has its gripes, holds a very special place in my heart for the just sheer amount of charm it has. It's pretty much a game where you're a ghost that must spook everyone so you may rest in peace. In order to do so, you must take control of objects and scare people with your supernatural abilities. The more you scare people, the scarier the atmosphere gets, and the more effective moves you get for scaring people. At first, I found it as a rough Flash game. I love the creativity put in every object and its animation. Then after a couple of years, I found it on Steam with more content and much more polish, so I had to buy it. It's just that the sound, art, and music design is adorable. It can get really repetitive and annoying though. It pretty much just devolves into spamming buttons and waiting for the AI to find the exit. Yet its creative effort that emanates just makes me overlook it. Okay, so this is probably like major odd one out and stretching the meaning of novelty, but hear me out. Bloons Tower Defense 5. There are a lot of Flash Tower Defense games, but this one I thought shined brighter than all of them. It has its own somewhat unique, silly, cartoony style. It has lots of content with different maps, difficulties, modes, unique towers, and tower upgrades that make it stand out along with flexible tower placement. Plus, there's no microtransactions, which is neat. Or at least they're used to not be. I mean, you know, the enemy being balloons. Who would think of that? And the towers to defend yourself are monkeys? Like, what? Anyways, to summarize, I include this game because I have a major nostalgia bias. Oops! In the olden days, when I used to exclusively play those browser Flash games on sites like Armor Games, the Bloons Tower Defense games were my favorite. It wasn't just me though, of course, a bunch of people in my elementary school played BTD. My friends and I would always check for them when the next BTD came out, back when there was only 2, and I had so much fun with the next new towers that came with 3, 4, and especially 5. I think this game is a pretty good time waster, except when you lose because you weren't paying attention, and again, this is frustrating.
Great, well, I'm off to go kill myself.
Here's a fun and wholesome game from itch.io, Haunted Island, a frog detective game. I mean, it's pretty much a walking simulator, but has a very goofy atmosphere that I just adore. You're pretty much a detective frog that must solve the mystery of the spooky ghosts haunting an island. To do so, you have to interact with the various scientists and the one singular locale in order to make progress. Even though it's mostly just find an object to get another object, then use with 2 other objects to progress, and is very short, it was a pretty enjoyable experience. I honestly think more games should have done, in a good way, dialogue like this. I really love it. It's just such a wholesome game. I mean, like, look at these dance animations. Nothing can beat it. Like, I don't know, I love them. They're goofy, and stupid, and I don't know, it's just so ridiculous. Return. And period, don't forget that, that's the most important part. It's a really strange platform game that I found from the Steam Discovery Queue during the winter sale, so pretty recently. It was made just last year, which kind of brings some hope to these types of games that are still being made. Why I included this game, pretty much. It's also extremely, like, just aesthetic, the game. Another reason why I included it. So, pretty much, take the Mario Bros. 3 airship levels and add some whatever wave, and you'll get what essentially Return is. It's pretty infuriating, to be honest, especially when it takes 5 million years for you to respawn. It's novel, nonetheless, because of its style and design. And, that's it. I mean, it is a free game, so that means it is free of criticism, and that's the definitive reason why I included this game. Little Inferno. This is by far my favorite casual and novel game. I saved the best for last. Honestly, it just has so much charm and style. I have a tradition of playing it every winter because just of how cozy the game presentation is. You grab a cup of coffee, get a blanket, and enjoy burning things. It just fills me with nostalgia anytime I play it. You just buy stuff, burn it, to buy more stuff, to burn. That's literally it. Really, the only variation in the game is the really clever item descriptions, item effects, combos you have to try and figure out, and a point-and-click portion at the end of the game. But, I mean, just like the fire effect is done so well, and it's just so satisfying to watch stuff burn. And, I mean, somehow this game just does a lot of world building with sparse character interaction, as the world just keeps getting colder and colder, and nobody knows why. I don't know, I mean, that just seems like it could be like a plausible outcome in the real world or something. Not just idea and story gives me chills. Anyway, so those were pretty much games that I want to show off. Probably the best way to expose yourself to these types of games is itch.io, or some creators like a streamer named Vinesauce with his strange Getting Word With It segment. I will name Yuri because of his color. Of finding weird or experimental or strange niche games. I recommend these types of games to you, and you should definitely try to find gems like these. All these games are talk about, all the links for them to get them are in the description. There are a couple more games I would have liked to show off, but I just realized how long this video is, and I like the number 15, so I'm satisfied living off with what I have. I'll probably play more of a couple of these games now that I've like touched them, and after they've rotted in my Steam library for so long. I mean, a lot of these are really fun, and I forgot how fun these games were. Maybe I'll make a novel game category now in my Steam library. If any of you are like actually watching this or something, definitely send me games you think are novel. I don't know, whatever. So, I think it's kind of been a while since I made my first video. And this is only my second one. Pretty much for my past and scrapped video, I just quickly realized how I hated doing video essays. Because it just felt like a school project I just didn't care about, and it just, I don't know, had too much structure for me. Pretty much now I'm trying out a new format, and I just love the flexibility of just jotting down ideas and then expanding upon it, rather than like reading from a script and that's it. It's given me just a lot of like ability to just keep talking about stuff, or at least in theory. I didn't really get to that much in this video, I don't think, but you know. I'm hoping that I'll actually be able to make videos like this like every other week or something. This video only took me like 2 weeks to make, even through having after school activities and projects and homework. Unlike my last video, which was pretty much about a month of procrastination and only for a 7-minute video, you know, it's kind of crazy. I had a scrap video I was gonna do, which is pretty much similar to the Psychonauts one, but just longer, and about Stardew Valley and Slime Rancher, but I just procrastinated and just hated working on it so much. And I think if I did not scrap it, I'd probably still be working on it today. I don't think anyone really cares about this. I just kind of want to like document what I was feeling. I mean, it's good sooner than later that I figured this out, instead of forcing myself to create these videos I'm not proud of. I think for this one, I'm actually kind of proud of it. You know, I actually put effort and really enjoyed creating this. There are a couple inconsistencies and mistakes and a whole lot of other stuff wrong with this video, but I learned a lot from it, and in the end, I will hopefully make better videos because of it. There's still quite a lot of tweaking I need to do, and how I write out my script outline, and how I edit, and how I connect what I say to what's actually being represented in the video, since I don't really plan it out enough. Maybe I need a little bit more structure, but I'm pretty happy how the video turned out.